Bitcoin has moved above the downward sloping resistance line and has created a falling wedge pattern above the downward sloping resistance. And this is technically, bullish progress. Bitcoin is actually pushing above the downward sloping resistance and maintaining above the downward sloping resistance. This is actually a bullish sign. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Kevin Svenson, and today we're going to be talking about the price of Bitcoin. Now, Bitcoin has seen a continued pullback. In the past couple of videos, we discussed that Bitcoin could be pulling back as far as $8,500 before getting its next bounce. And right now, we actually hit $8,590, and Bitcoin is trading within a small falling wedge pattern at the moment, seeing a lot of resistance right now. But we're going to be going over the overall formation that Bitcoin is in and talking about what we need to look out for in the next couple months. And as we've discussed many times, Bitcoin is likely to trade sideways before the next major parabolic advance. And right now we are getting that sideways action. And also, guys, before we get started, for those of you who haven't signed up with CryptoWatch, definitely click that link below, create a free account, and check out the platform. CryptoWatch is by far the best platform for monitoring the crypto market and also trading across all the top exchanges. It does let you connect yourself to all the top exchanges, and you can make trades on all the top exchanges, all from one place. Now let's get started with the Bitcoin analysis. So right now I'm looking at the daily chart. Bitcoin is within a lower high trajectory. We did see some resistance at 10,500, which means we did not create a higher high yet. And also Bitcoin is also seeing lower lows. So technically Bitcoin is in a downtrend right now, but this is not something we haven't seen before in previous bull market, bear market cycles. And we're going to be going over that in a little bit. But first I want to discuss what we're seeing right now. Bitcoin has moved above the downward sloping resistance line and has created a falling wedge pattern above the downward sloping resistance. And this is technically, bullish progress. Bitcoin is actually pushing above the downward sloping resistance and maintaining above the downward sloping resistance. This is actually a bullish sign. Bitcoin is actually, we're seeing direct touches off the downward sloping resistance, and we haven't yet actually broken below the downward sloping resistance. So for me right now, I'm actually still, pretty bullish on Bitcoin. If we do break down into the zone and we start trading back to this previous major support in between 7,200 and 7,500, then I would start to get a little bit more bearish if we aren't able to maintain this macro upward sloping support line. But as of right now, Bitcoin is actually making bullish progress by pushing above the downward sloping resistance and maintaining above it. So most of my viewers should know right now that we've discussed that we're looking for Bitcoin to trade sideways going into the end of the year, with a potential bounce at the end of the year. And the reason for that is because we've analyzed previous halving cycles, and we've seen this time and time again. And it's possible that we're looking for something similar where Bitcoin trades sideways before the next parabolic advance. Now, guys, my analysis on this channel, it is very repetitive. A lot of my analysis, I say a lot of the same things on a lot of my videos, but that's because, I'm sticking to an analysis and I'm telling you guys what I think is most likely. In most halving cycles, this is what we see. Going back to the first halving cycle, Bitcoin does, we're sitting within a downtrend, and then we break out of the downward sloping price channel. We get that sideways action before the next break to the upside. And in the 2016 halving cycle, Bitcoin is sitting within a downtrend. We get the sideways action and the next break to the upside. And within the one that we're seeing right now, Bitcoin is sitting within a downtrend, and we're looking for that sideways action before the next major parabolic advance. And we're looking at the Coinbase chart right now. Bitcoin is seeing bullish progression sitting above the downward sloping resistance. I would suspect that Bitcoin would be looking to trade sideways. Most likely, we're going to be looking to actually find resistance along the previous support of the descending triangle before we actually break above this area and we find the next major parabolic advance. If we do end up breaking above the previous support of the descending triangle, which is our current resistance, this is where the price wasn't able to maintain, and this is where we broke down from the previous support of the descending triangle. If we can actually, start to push up above this region and have a major breakout here, this would initiate the next major parabolic advance. So in my opinion, going into the new year, I'm still looking, as we've discussed so many times here on this channel, I'm still looking for that sideways action going into the end of the year. And it is possible that by the end of the year, we will see that major breakout going into 2020. As of right now, I am still bullish on Bitcoin. This recent price action really doesn't change my mind. In fact, I actually see this as a pretty bullish sign that we're holding above the downward sloping resistance and we're sitting within a falling wedge pattern. But we have to talk about some bearish scenarios here. Looking at the overall upward sloping trend, Bitcoin, found support here in the beginning of 2019 along this trend right here. And we have met that trend here at the golden retrace at 7,200. And we got a nice bounce off that level. We are sitting above the upward sloping support line. If Bitcoin does break below the upward sloping trend, that is when I get very bearish on Bitcoin, because if Bitcoin does break below the upward sloping trend, then Bitcoin would be doing something very different than all the other halving cycles where we hold above an upward sloping trend before the next all-time high break. If we can't maintain above this upward sloping trend and we do get that breakdown, I would get extremely bearish on Bitcoin at that point. But as of right now, things are looking pretty good. We have the same structure for this parabolic advance as we've had in all other parabolic advances. So as long as Bitcoin can maintain within this region, maybe we get a lot of resistance off this level for the next couple months, but as long as we hold above the upward sloping trend line, I am still bullish on Bitcoin, and this could lead to the next major breakout for Bitcoin here going into the new year. So for now, I am still looking for that sideways action. We could see a potential short-term break to the upside to retest resistance before getting more rejection here and just trading, below this resistance before actually pushing above this region, and then looking for a breakout by the end of the year. So guys, I think that's going to be it for me today. If you enjoyed this video, definitely hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and also sign up for the CryptoWatch platform if you haven't done so. It doesn't cost anything to create an account. Definitely create an account, and I will see you all in the next video.